Speaking of the devil, Joe Biden's taxes. Talk about it, please. Get us madder that we already are.
Yes.
Look at all those $100 bills Kelly has on that. I haven't seen that in you know how many years I haven't seen that many hundreds in a row.
Or you should check your next statement because I see that you're paying.
Yes, and did you hear the news? You know, Uncle Sam is coming for more of your money. And it's both in Canada and the U.S. They introduced a new capital gains tax where Canada is now going to be 66.7% as of June 25th for anything over $250,000. The U.S., starting in 2025, that was passed in our $7.3 trillion budget, is the capital gains tax is going to be 50% or higher. So what does this mean? What does this mean to business owners? And is the government going to take more of investors and business owners' hard-earned money after they've already risked it? After most of this money is already taxed, you know what I mean? And people say, well, we got to tax the rich, you know? Tax the rich, but for perspective, the top 50% of income earners in the U.S. pay 97.7% of all federal taxes. The bottom 50% pay 2.3%. And then when you look at historically, when it comes to the capital gains tax, 12.5% was originally, all the way up to a high of 35%. This will be the highest capital gains tax in all of history that's going to be going forward, starting in 2025. So my question is, what impact does this have to the future of our economy? But also, what does it have in the conception that we are a free market economy and a capitalistic country?
Savannah, what you thinking?
I think that honestly, the biggest black pill as a business owner in the United States is realizing the more successful you are, the more money the government takes away from you. And our government is structured right now not to promote entrepreneurialism, but to instead hamper it, right? And also too, something that I've noticed is that like a lot of the people that are promoting communism or socialism or even that like tax the rich, eat the rich type of mentality are lazy people who don't work, are lazy people who don't create, are lazy people who don't want to be a part of society. They just want to take, because you will realize that when it comes to the average business, that business owner is employing 100 other people. They're creating this entire ecosystem. And so regarding what you're talking about with this capital gains tax, it's like, it's baffling to me that the average person doesn't know that if you make over $600,000 a year, I believe, 40% of that money goes to taxes. And I think that the reason why our education system is so bad is so the average American doesn't understand how big of an amount that is, right?
Yeah.
So I really think, like, again, it's so crazy to see how our government utilizes all these different pieces of our society and life to just make us dumber and make it so that they can keep taking our money and we don't understand what's happening.
And we don't even understand where it's going, right? We're like $32 trillion in debt. We get about $4 trillion in tax revenue a year. You think I'm going to trust the government to take more of my money when you were just associating $150 billion to illegal immigrants? We have money going every which way and $1,000 omnibus package bills. And you want more of my money from money that I used that was already taxed. I mean, how many times can they really tax the dollar?
Taxes on taxes. I mean, I just sent Kelly a video. Maybe we're not going to play it, but just amazing. My favorite congressperson is Thomas Macy. I don't know.
He's probably the top number one. He's the guy that recorded the people in Congress waving in Ukrainian flag.
He's the best. Like,
yeah, he's the G.
He has a little pin here that's connected to Wi-Fi that it checks the National Reserve like to the cent.
The U.S. debt clock.
Yeah, and it goes up and it goes up. Okay, he released a video like 2 weeks ago when it was tax week.
Okay.
And he realized that the tax clock, it started going down for a little bit. And then he asked someone, an economist, he's like, hey, what's going on? It's the first time in my entire life that I see the thing go down for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he goes like, you know what week it is? He's like, yeah, it's tax week. So our taxes managed to put a ding and slow down his clock for the first time ever. Since he made the clock, it's the first time it slows down. And what is disgusting, and it makes me so mad, first year paying taxes, so I get to complain.
Your first year, congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome. You're paying for illegals to eat and shit in our streets.
These guys, they made us pay taxes 1 week, and the next week they sent all the money to Ukraine and Israel.
Well,
What's going on?
Hey, welcome to America. We've been getting screwed
going on?
forever. And Umberto, this is the video of Massey, Thomas Massey.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, go ahead, play.
Love that guy.
I noticed something really interesting about the debt a couple of weeks ago. It's synced with Treasury, so my debt clock has Wi-Fi. I wrote all the code for it. It goes to Treasury once a day and gets the debt to the penny. They have an API where they publish it. I'd been away from my Wi-Fi server for a while, and I go back in range, and it calibrates, and the number had gone down. Okay, I've been watching this thing spin up for a year, and the number went down. And I talked with some folks, and I'm like, do you realize the debt is going down? I've been watching it every day just spiral upward, and it went down. And one of them commented, well, do you know what this week is? It's April 15th. The reason the debt went down for 2 weeks is everybody paid their taxes.
Weird.
And now it's going back up again.
So it's not even denting shit or nothing.
And it's hard.
A little bit, and then...
And it goes to show, and it's like we're a free market capitalistic society, because who really creates the jobs? It is the business owners.
It's entrepreneurs.
And if they're paying up to over 50% capital gains tax, who's really navigating the money? It's the government. So the conception of a free market capitalistic society is skewed, because if they're paying all that they are, it's going to the government to go, who even knows where the money's going? And what is it also doing? It's decentivizing people to want to get into business. I literally posted it, and a lot of our clients that work with Bet David Consulting that are in Canada, they're like, Florida, here we come. Because why would you want to give 66.7% of your money that you've already risked to give other people jobs to give to the government that is doing who even knows?
What do you mean?
It's ridiculous.
All bad. What the hell are they doing that's good?
Tayler, I'm going to go a step further. Anyone that has money and has a non-financial business, like a business that doesn't depend on interest and money and, like investing, is a saint. They're like literally heroes, because there's no business that is brick and mortar, like, a restaurant, maybe a supermarket, whatever, that will pay the dividends that an investing business will pay. It's impossible. Like most restaurants, they get 3%, like profits. So you really need to want people working. You really need to love food and restaurants. And it's literally charity. Like if you already have, $2 million, $3 million, put them somewhere else, because people get sick. You need to wake up in the morning, move boxes and whatever. So we should not only be like trying to get the taxes so more people make businesses. And we need to like spotlight these people that move 100%. The economy, and they're literally heroes. Like whenever I see a businessman that makes it big and employs like 100,000 people, they're true heroes. That's what it is.
100%. If I can give a plug to Bet David Consulting and Patrick, because we work directly with entrepreneurs from across the globe, and we say they're heroes. Like they literally risk everything. I talk to them every day. That's what I do for a job, and they're talking about employees leaving. They're down to their last cent, but they're still driving. They're still driving, and they're still growing and operating businesses. So shout out to the entrepreneurs. And if it weren't for you guys for risking everything, we wouldn't even have an economy.
No.
Yep.
See, and honestly, too, I always like to point to Donald Trump, because he talks consistently about how everything that they're doing to him, they're ultimately going to do to you type thing, right? And they have come after Donald Trump for tax breaks specifically. And again, it's like, I think that's why the media does demonize him so much, so that the average person doesn't really pay attention to how much the government is targeting and, quite frankly, just trying to destroy this businessman, because at the end of the day, that's what he is. And I wish people would look at him and realize that that's a reflection of their futures.
And is he not the only one who lost money after he became president versus most who get into Congress and make more wealth?
Yeah, and he donated all that. He didn't do listen, and that's why people like at the end of the day need to take a step back. Besides the fact that, okay, he likes to be in front of camera and he's a narcissist, whatever the hell you guys want to call him. Didn't make any money. Name destroyed. Family forever. His son Barron, who's a freaking amazing kid. Him and his friend Bo. Shout out to Bo. But their lives for the rest of their lives. That name is going to be synonymous with what the mainstream media has made him out to be. People don't know shit about what's going on. They're like, oh, he's a crook. He's a felon. You don't know shit. Okay, they're all your politicians that you love are all pieces of shit. FYI, this guy's the only one that said he loved America, and they are destroying him in real time. And I want everybody to let that sink in and understand that one of the greatest, if not the greatest president in the history of this country is Donald Trump, because he didn't give a shit about anybody else and fought for us, and now look at his ass. He's about to get locked up in New York, and it was all for you guys. And everybody's like, oh, he just wanted the popularity. Go kick rocks.